I have to be better. I can't allow people to not be at their best. I can't allow people to not execute what the game plan was coming out of timeouts. I have to know the why. I have to teach quicker. And so those are the things for me. No matter halfway or 5 games left before, it doesn't matter time. I have to be better.
You guys, I think we're up 9 with 4:40 left.
Yeah.
What do you feel like just kind of transpired after that, and what did Washington do to kind of shift the game and their momentum?
Yeah, usually we've been good in those situations because we talk about time and score, but we also talk about not fouling and not giving up threes and maintaining that lead. And so unfortunately, we just didn't do that. So this is something we can definitely learn from. But we have done well in the past with that. So just being super disciplined towards the end, and then obviously trying to execute on the offensive end, and not just forcing things. I think I have to do a better job of organizing and letting them know what we need down the stretch. But things that we've done well before, but we can learn from it. Yeah.
Veronica was kind of saying after the game, like, one of the messages was not to let this seep into the All-Star break and leave a bad taste in your guys' mouth. How much of this is just like, there's obviously things to learn from, but also like move on quickly and like not think about it too much?
Yeah, they got to enjoy their break. They deserved it. They've won, I don't know even the number. I know you guys know the number because you remind me every day. 9. So they won games. They won 9. But they deserve this break. So I said fresh bodies, fresh minds, whatever you guys need. But at the same time, V, she's just so mindful and said, hey, let's make sure we watch Gabby for the All-Star game and, cheer her on and support her. So we're definitely going to do that. I told them, I'm going to miss them over the next 6 days. If they want to text me, they can. If they don't want to, I won't take offense to it. But no, fresh minds, fresh bodies, and then we're going to be ready to go. We already started talking about Phoenix, so, yep.
Obviously, you want to win every game, but when the results are good the past 9 games and there's still things you want to improve on, is it a little easier to look back at a loss and be like, okay, here's what went wrong and here's what we need to get better at?
No, Marissa, we want to win every game. So no, this game was just as important as, when we play Phoenix next. So, because it's not like you get a plus 1.5 for winning 9 in a row. That's why I talk about every game matters, the importance, whether it's Washington, Phoenix, it doesn't matter who the opponent is. Teams are getting better. They're going to get better after the break. Everyone's going to be looking at all their losses and, things like that they can improve. And so for us, it's that. We've already talked about Phoenix as staff. My staff is still in there right now, and I could tell they're already starting to think about what things we can do better. And so, yeah, main thing is we get healthy over the break, and then our focus too is to prepare for, postseason, and we got to be better and healthy too. Yeah.
I know it's not technically the halfway point, but the All-Star break is kind of seen as that break in between.
Yeah.
Because what's your biggest takeaway from the first half of the season?
Yeah, we connected, I think, really well, I think, off the court, and I think it did pour into the on-court. But for today, I have to do better. I have to figure out why didn't I push their buttons correctly? Because we talked about it even after. We didn't all show our best, and so I have to figure out each individual person is different, and I have to be better. I can't allow people to not be at their best. I can't allow people to not execute what the game plan was coming out of timeouts. I have to know the why. I have to teach quicker. And so those are the things for me, no matter halfway or, 5 games left before, it doesn't matter time. I have to be better.
Kaitlyn got a career high tonight, 20 points.
Yes, she did.
What do you kind of make of her game tonight and just the season she's had so far?
Yeah, she was fearless tonight. I think I saw a step in that where she was attacking the rim. And then she was actually making really good rim reads when she got there because obviously they're trying to double her a little bit earlier to give the ball up. One of the best things I've noticed with Kaitlyn, too, over these last couple games is that she really wants to make her teammates better when she's on the floor. And then you could feel that energy kind of go up a level. And so I think that's what's really special about Kaitlyn is, she doesn't have to start. That's not important to her. It's just the minutes that when she's on the floor, she's impacting her teammates.
Another question real quick. As a coach, how do you kind of use this All-Star break to, prep for the next part of the season, but also kind of get that rest and relaxation so you have the energy to go the rest of the season?
For me, personally, I'm battling that, Kenzo. I'm just going to be really, really honest. I wasn't at my best today because I don't think I did the proper rest and recovery. I have to figure it out. That's where I leaned on my mentors. That's why I called T-Lou before the game today. Steve even advised me sometimes when you sleep to write down your thoughts if a thought comes up, because my mind keeps going. I don't know how to turn it off. So that's something that I'm going to take within the next 6 days, because I can't not be present. I cannot be really well with my adjustments. I thought I called the timeout too early this game. And so, that's a big question. Did I answer it? Yeah? Okay. Okay. I gotta get better at it. Yeah.
Coach, a follow-up about Kaitlyn Chen. It seemed like last game, the matchup, Georgia kind of threw her off with their speed, but this game, Kaitlyn really attacked with physicality. What are the things you told her in between games to make the adjustment?
I wish I did tell her something. That's Kaitlyn. That's probably her teammates and the coaching staff that probably told her to stay aggressive, find the seams. I think that's just Kaitlyn seeing what she can, see in terms of the feet. She's probably reading the feet a little bit better. I think probably watching film, I think she saw that the rim was open. So that's Kaitlyn. I wish I said something. I didn't. So credit to her teammates and her coaching staff.
Hi, Coach. Are there any certain adjustments that you can think of at the top of your head to the defense when faced with these bigger teams and maybe better three-point shooters along the way?
Yeah, so today they were more forcing it inside. They didn't take as many threes, but they did make them. But it was more for us. They ended up with 40 paint points. The game plan was to protect the paint. So we didn't do a good job there. But we can't foul. When we have a lead, we can't give up and ones, because what that does is then it allows the defense to set and then come back. So even if they made a 2, they couldn't probably set as much, when they take out the ball quickly. So we just have to be more disciplined down the stretch.